Okay, and as I was talking about before, the sequence of video game-esque video game continues.
We're back.
Whoa, that Resident Evil camera angle didn't know what direction it wanted to send me when I pushed the stick in a different direction. Alright, now I had that shotgun filled up with 12 shells. I don't need, it's not going to be very useful to me in this environment, though.
Doesn't look like it would be. You got a minigun up there, too.
And we have to move when it stops moving, but that's okay, because you can actually get rid of it very quickly. Like meow.
Woohoo!
And now it's gone.
Do they only have one shot?
Yep, it's only the one shot. It's just there to take out the minigun, clearly.
Hey. If it works, it works.
Yeah.
You have multiple avenues of doing these fights.
That being said, I am already out of ammo in the AK. I'm gonna just go ahead and toss. Oh, there's a couple guys back there. Maybe if I throw. Oh, they ran away. That's okay. I'll throw this over here.
Yahoo!
There's a guy outflanking me.
Uh-oh.
Yipes! Okay.
You got him.
Very good. Very good. Those guys are all hanging out around that barrel. Are any of them close enough to be killed by it? One of them got.
One of them did. No.
Now he's dead. Oh dear. Where's that coming from?
Is it above? No, maybe not.
Oh, he's got a grenade. I should have just shot him and had him get killed by his own. Why did Drake roll in slow motion for part of that escape and then go full speed afterwards?
Cinematic effect.
Yeah, but nobody else slowed down, so it was cinematic defect.
Oh no.
You said cinematic effect and kind of mispronounced it, and you were actually correct.
There's something over to the right. I saw something shiny in there. I don't think it was a treasure.
Where?
Go back in that room. Am I crazy? Oh, I did see it. It was the I'm attracted to the Magnum, I guess.
We'll go ahead and use it. That's fine. We only really got to because I've used the Uzi, and I'm going to use the Uzi a lot more. There's not a ton of Magnums sitting. Whoa, Drake's. Oh no, he broke it. It's like that scene in Harry Potter 2.
Whoopsie.
Where Love Heart says bonus remove us. If I roll, does the animation reset? There we go. Oh no, it's not. How about now? Okay, now it's fixed. Whew. Madame Pomfrey gave me her juice, and it's back to normal now. However, there is not a Magnum shiny, but another type of shiny up here. Spanish silver coin, which is the same mint
as the one we saw earlier.
As the one we saw the Nazis had in the U-boat, and it is also the loading little spinny you probably saw when we loaded the game. The only couple times we've seen the loading, it's been that.
Yep.
It's been that little golden coin.
Crank the thing. You'd think if they were occupying this place, they'd have most of these things closed.
Well, that one actually does close behind you. And in fact, if you don't go through it fast enough, it closes. Most of the gates
on top of you.
I don't know. I don't think I actually bothered to try and get killed by it to test that. But hi, bye.
There he is. Ah.
Almost pressed the down on the D-pad again. I was gonna throw a grenade.
I would
down
say
there,
you
but
might be better off just disabling that option, but it's more fun this way.
Yeah.
There's real consequences for pressing the wrong button.
Precisely. There, that's a big boy, so he can take 2 of these. Then he goes down.
Bang.
Yeah, maybe we do. I don't know. Like, I'm really split on bumping it to hard or not. I don't know how it's gonna affect the trophies, because there's trophies for different, completing it on different difficulties and stuff. I don't know what it'll do to your trophy completion rate. I assume you'll probably just get it for normal, and it'll say you didn't play the whole game on hard, so you don't get it for hard.
Yeah. I was gonna say probably, but I know this game is probably too high quality to do this, but I don't remember which the game was, but there was a game where it had all those difficulties and there was trophies for being on it, but all it actually checked for is what the difficulty was as you finished the mission, so you could go through it on the easiest and then bump it to very hard and get the trophy.
So when I was saying there was the video game what stuff wasn't done, the game just, okay, and now I guess you get a little bit of catharsis for that. Well, I got through, but it's admittedly a kind of difficult encounter because you got to move through all that space, and there's a lot of enemies going on and a lot of sight lines getting managed.
Only 3 of them? No, there's more.
There are more, and they can't really do much about you.
I mean, that's how it usually goes in these segments.
Yeah, and to be like, this is like not bad design of like putting you through a hard segment, and then you get kind of the cathartic power trip at the end, obviously.
Yeah,
it's
and also it's a different type of gameplay as well,
Yes.
which is also nice. It's usually welcome.
Pretty standard video game pacing.
Yeah, change the pace a little bit.
Boom. Okay, I guess I'm not going back up there.
Guess not. Also, that's weird. Oh, and it's because it was stairs. Wow.
I gotta tell you, I've been glancing at the list every now and then, but so far I would have only missed like 2 in the whole game if I hadn't been looking at the list, I think. I've been doing pretty well so far with just my memory. I'm not trying to brag, it's just like, I think it's more of like, it's not a brag, it's more like a wow, I'm a loser. What do we got here?
These aren't Spanish. They're English.
It's the same helmet, isn't it?
It might have been, I'm not sure.
Whoa.
They might have used the same model and just expected us to believe him.
We have gone to the Great Tower. I pray that you will meet us there. Francis Drake. Wow. So you made it. But what were you plotting?
There he is.
Aw, jeez.
I like that cue where you're in the cutscene and then you hear something bang open behind you. It's very action movie, but you have to play it instead of watching it. Yeah, we can get a little bit of a look at this map here. This map that clearly Drake and his crew drew on this wall for whatever reason. And then he said, "We've gone to the Great Tower," and then drew a little picture of what it was, in case the guy didn't know what the Great Tower was. By the way, if you don't know what the Great Tower is, it looks like this. Yeah, so we can see again, fort here.
Yeah, and then they sail through there. There's the city, and there's an X, and then there's a question mark for the chapel.
Yeah, and some stuff here. Anyway, just taking a look again. It's not super duper important to, like, you know, memorize this map or whatever. I don't want to characterize it incorrectly. It's just like it's good to have kind of a picture of this. And if we go out here, we'll actually be able to hop up on here.
To the town.
We can see that building with the dome.
Oh.
Interesting stuff. We can also see sky's cleared up a little bit since we initially got here. There's still some clouds over there, but it's nice and sunny where we are right now. Like, a lot of the textures on the distant stuff, like those mountains, like those do not look so hot. Like, that is clearly, you know, the default grass and you know, texture, grass and rock texture just painted over some hills that they drew. But, like, I mean, that cloud looks pretty nice.
It does.
It's just a still image, but it looks good enough. It gives the vibe that you need. It's sunny and tropical and out in the middle of nowhere, and it feels decent.
That must be Drake's tower.
Good thing we're close to it.
Yeah, he wrote that whole note about we've gone to the Great Tower, when really he probably could have just shouted, "Hey, we're over here! Come join us over here now!" Yeah, I'll just keep it the pistol, that's fine. Actually, what am I tying? I'll stick with what I got. It's fine. No big deal. So there was once a staircase here, but it is gone.
Now we gotta
climb
something.
This track that's coming up here in a second, other than the sounds that I don't know what instrument is making them, it sounds kind of weirdly FF10. You'll hear it if you kind of listen here.
But is there a shiny over here?
Yes, that's why I'm over here, because there is a shiny. A golden llama!
Oh my gosh. Skilled fortune hunter.
Something about the background on this one just sounds a little bit like Wandering Flame or something from Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Now you go.
Yeah. Actually, hold on. Before I commit myself to not being able to go back, I'm gonna double check the treasure list.
Oh my gosh.
Why not? Why not, right? Because I guess I can still go backward through at least that last.
If you don't get me to platinum on my account and how I prove that I'm a bigger gamer than everyone else.
That was it. We're good. That was all I needed to do there. And then in the next stage,
Dadgummit, I checked my friend before recording, and he had more levels than I did.
You did comment beforehand. You had a friend. He was like, "How does that guy have more trophies than me? That's impossible." So this next bit is a real demonstration of like, okay, like this. Because of the way that the animations work in this game and the fact that it's not a real platformer, it's like sometimes you just have to do like Insano world logic where you're like, okay, I feel like I should be able to like jump on here and then maybe like stand. I guess that's rough, so that's not video game space. That looks kind of smooth. What am I supposed to? I guess I got to get over there somehow.
But I saw the place below. You gotta go. Yep.
You have to go down here.
You gotta jump.
Jump to this. Go over, back across, over and up.
So me, who's not playing, I'm getting these visual cues about these pretty easily. But in gameplay, how well does it actually work?
I think once you learn the rules of how this stuff works, it's fairly easy. But sometimes when you get to a new area and you just gotta kind of figure out the logic of what the game wants you to do, it can be annoying. For the most part, it's not. I point out this one because I remember this one just confused me for a minute of figuring out I needed to drop and then
if
jump.
I wasn't playing and you weren't making a big deal out of it, I would have. My first thoughts would have been that as well.
It's like, because this to this, in my head, I think if I make that jump, the game is gonna try and send me back here.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you have to, like, assume the game wants you to do that, to make that jump. Something else that the later games will do better than this. I want you to kind of look at the way that the camera follows Nate as he moves along corners and jumps to things. It does these really harsh swings sometimes when he moves position, and
see that, yeah.
I don't really get motion sick when playing games like this, but there are times when I don't particularly love looking dead at the screen because the camera doesn't like pull back and gently move to follow Nate when he's jumping around. It needs to keep him center of the frame at all times. Got more of this dirt here.
Woohoo!
It's really clogging, really messing up the atmosphere of the stained glass.
What we don't know is there was just a fire, and a lot of that stuff just got burnt.
But the crates themselves are flame retardant. They're
Yes,
extremely,
they are.
they're premium crates.
What's in here?
Some weird ass stuff. That's what. More boxes with dirt in them.
Pots, and pans, and barrels,
All right.
jugs. But conveniently,
It must have been. Just like how those keys at the top of the tower, he knew that they would be there. He also left this telescope here
So
for
what
us.
were you looking for, huh?
There's a lot of stuff in this game that is pretty haphazard.
That looks familiar.
That looks like what we saw on. That looks like the one that's on the back of the Mint, right?
yeah.
And the ships are scuttled.
Elena.
Hey, there she is.
Okay, well, pay very close attention to what happens here.
Watch this.
Oh, crap. No!
So that happens pretty fast there. So here's
what-
So here's what happens. The game forces you to aim. I didn't press aim. It just forces you into that perspective. And you have to very quickly shoot one of those boys before they shoot Elena with a grenade launcher. But the second that you shoot one of them, you lose control, and the other one turns around and shoots you with a grenade launcher. So that
And you can't
happens,
shoot both.
it happens pretty fast. It's easy to not
can't-
understand what's happening there.
You can't use a shotgun and then have both.
No, you only have the pistol, and even if you're carrying an Uzi, you're only allowed to fire one bullet, which immediately kills the one guy that you chose to aim at, and then the other guy turns around and shoot and aimbots you. Anyway,
Incredible.
in credits roll.
Oh my gosh, and
I know I'm not a big-time treasure hunter like you, but I doubt you're gonna find El Dorado in there. How'd you get yourself in this mess?
Trying to rescue you, as a matter of fact.
Oh, that's so sweet. Traditional sandstone, brick, and stucco. Limestone mortar, huh?
How'd you get to know so much about this?
My show, Episode 4, Architects of a New World. Yep, it'll just take a tug to pull these bars out.
What? No, wait, are you sure?
Get out of my way, puto! Tibatan, open this goddamn door!
Oh, crap.
Here comes my favorite character.
Hey, Drake.
Eddy Raja. I should have guessed.
Fascinating document, huh? Seems like this Sir Francis was in my line of work.
Don't flatter yourself, Eddie.
Always ready to be enemies, eh? Tell you what, lead me to the gold, and I just might let you live.
Is that it? Is that my deal? Die now, or help you, and die later. Oh, it's a tough call, but you know what? I'll take die now.
Listen to me, maggot. I was promised treasure on this goddamn rock. And now my men are dying. They can't even go outside to take a piss without an armed guard. And I have nothing to show for it! I am making you a fair offer. You help me find the treasure, and the last man alive gets the gold. And the girl, of course.
The girl? Oh, Eddie, the girl's long gone. She's probably off the island by now. Going for help.
Daikujin, you were never very good at poker. I will find her. Trust me. How much trouble could one girl be?
Snatch him.
So that's what you meant by just a tug.
Yeah.
Come on!
Thank you.
Hey!
Thanks.
Hey, buka pintu!
So I called him my favorite character a second ago, and I was being a little bit exaggerating, but Eddy Raja is he's a lot of fun. The guy who plays him, I'm probably gonna mispronounce his last name, James Saee or something like that. He just plays him with such energy. He just has such a good time playing.
Yeah.
Also, this machine gun has a grenade launcher in it.
Oh.
In case you didn't have enough firepower.
Because it said fire grenade launcher, and it looked like a grenade launcher, and then I saw bullets coming out of it.
It does. It has both. It has dual functions. Oh gosh, he's on a trike.
I can honestly
If
say
we don't even need to shoot the guys in the trikes. If we just let them drive the trikes long enough, they'll kill themselves.
exactly.
You can honestly say what?
No, I can honestly say that I've never played a video game where there's a turret that's had both. It's always had either or, but never both.
So this turret section is not great, but before we move on really fast, I was just gonna say, because I was double checking his name, I wanted to make sure I got it right.
Yeah.
So a lot of people may know him because he also did Jackie Chan and a bunch of other characters in the Jackie Chan Adventures animated TV series. But anyway, so there's some interesting stuff going on with this not super great rail sequence, but one of them is the destructible environments.
Huh.
For whatever reason, the trees
this in
here
trailers?
are all made out of I don't know if it was in, I mean, probably a little bit, but I don't know if they really were trying to show off like the destructible nature in the trailers or whatever, but a lot of these trees you can knock over. The grenade launcher makes sense, but a lot of them fall over with just bullets. And it looks great. Also right there, you just noticed the camera very harshly swung. So this is, by the way, this left and right that I'm doing right now, this is the extent of my range.
I see.
The game does not let me turn the camera very much. This is not...
There's not a lot of in-depth turret sequences like this.
Huh?
So there's not a lot of in-depth on-rail turret sequences.
In this game, you mean?
In games in general.
Oh, in games. No, I don't know, there's plenty of turret sequences in games.
There's
and whatnot.
plenty of them, but they're usually just... It's something that I've noticed, it's like...
Oh, you meant in general there aren't a lot that are well conceived.
Yes,
Okay, sure.
that's what I'm getting at.
Got it. Not a lot of depth to their design.
like
But what's weird is like the game went on your left, and then the guys still come up from behind me. Like I could have shot them from behind.
No, I was gonna say, it's like, I don't think I've been really entertained by one of these sequences since I was much, much younger.
But as a point of reference, this is the rate of fire on the grenade launcher, so you kind of have to supplement it with the machine gun fire, which does do the job. And the other thing is you'll notice that the reticle resets immediately when I let up on it, back to the zoomed in.
It's a little weird.
I said watch the clip!
All right back there?
Just drive!
But this is also where I'd say the game picks up a little bit because, like, as we were.
Oh, sorry. All that earlier was not a complaint for this game.
No. I was just
Change of pace is usually.
No. What I specifically meant was like I was talking about how the last we just went through like 3 or 4 levels that were basically just walking through hallways and shooting at people, right? Like it
Yes.
felt very PS2, other than just like the raw presentation of it.
Yeah.
And the fact that it did occasionally slow down to have us explore or whatever. But then it's like there are plenty of PS2 games that do that as well. Like, I mean, plenty of games in general. I don't want to make these generalizations about PS2 or whatever. I'm just trying to make a point about, like, the feeling and the pacing. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I
It's just a certain vibe to how a lot of those games used to feel.
For sure.
And, like, even something like a DMC, you go between fighting enemies and just walking around empty rooms for forever. Plenty of older games do that as well.
Yeah.
But, it's just, at this point, now that we're back with Elena again...
Oh, okay.
Some rocks, you gotta shoot out with the grenade launcher. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal.
I'm glad they evaporated and then went underneath the world.
But it's just, God, there's a lot of guys on bikes out here. They're all catching
sure
up
it's
to us.
convenient that the one vehicle she found had a turret and grenade launcher.
Did you notice that that a couple of these bikes were like parked in that last like kind of tunnel that we went through, like they were waiting for us? They were just hanging out, and then we drove by.
Nate?
Step on it! Punch it!
Yay! Oh.
Woohoo! Action!
We made it!
I can't believe that worked!
You can
Who
slow
was
down
that
now.
guy?
Just an old business associate. Oh, look out!
Oh no!
upper arm strength for days.
The dude, I shouldn't say that he skipped leg day because his legs are pretty good too, but boy, he did a lot of arm days.
You're bleeding.
Yeah, it goes with the territory. Let's get the hell out of here. Damn it. Come on.
Going somewhere?
Hey, Eddie.
Did you really think you could escape from what?
Oh, no, just giving the young lady the $10 tour.
Shut it! I bet you're working for them too.
What?
You thought you could set me up and keep everything for yourselves, hmm?
Damn it! This guy's crazy.
Eddie, take it easy, buddy.
Well, you're out of luck now! And out of road. Now, give me that.
You hear the sound effect of the shell hitting the ground,
Oh,
but no
yeah.
shell came out of the gun.
All right, you got me, fair and square.
Hey, don't move.
Relax, Eddie. Just getting the map like you asked. I said, hold on.
I am.
Bonus, at least he actually did it right. He didn't cock it like before shooting at somebody, like some people do in movies
Looks like you're gonna have
sometimes.
to come get it.
Hey, come on.
No, this game's fun. This game's just cute, okay? Alright, I'm not gonna stand here and tell you that Uncharted 1 is a Shakespearean masterpiece or whatever.
But it's fun.
But
I'm having a good time.
It's really cute. And I also just want to point out, because I didn't want to interrupt the flow of the scene previously where we were in the prison, but this is another, I talked about, kind of, it feels like sometimes there's a disconnect between the game and the cutscenes. We're going to talk about some of this a lot more later on, but one big way right there is when Eddie is like, you know, I was promised treasure, and now my men are dying. They can't even go outside to take a piss without an armed guard. And it's like, well, shouldn't he be not freaked out anymore because he has the guy who's been killing all of his men here in this cage, right? He's like, oh, and now we have you, so that can't happen anymore. Like, he seems to be like, almost like, he's like confiding in Drake somehow about this, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And then,
I thought he was talking about this other group that they're talking
yes,
about.
and then at the end, that scene, he says, I bet you're working for them too, huh? Something. You think you guys can set me up? That's my point, is that there's like, when you watch that scene originally, when you initially get to that, it's like, what the hell is Drake just killed 200 of his guys. Why is he like talking about now my men are dying as if he's like something crazy's going on, right?
Yeah.
Of like, and because you shot them all in the face. Like clearly Drake probably hasn't actually killed the hundreds of men that we've done in gameplay. And you don't have to stop and kill these guys. You can't just run forward, but I think it's fun.
Just
And I guess Eddie just didn't want to bother to take a
adding
shot at us.
insult to injury. Oof.
Come on. There you go.
Ooh.
All right, very good. Now, where'd Elena go? Oh, she's over here.
there.
Oh, she's already under fire from other people. More baddies.
Pistol seems pretty like good feeling to use in this game.
Yeah, it's like the rate of fire is kind of slow, but it's accurate. It hits pretty well. I mean, generally speaking, like the game feel in this is not bad. The platforming and jumping feels a little like just because so often he does like not what you're expecting him to do.
Whoa! What was that?
I passed him. I didn't even
Did he
notice
have a
him.
shotgun or
No,
what was
he
that?
had this,
A
though.
magnum. Oh baby.
There we go. And that's all she wrote.
I guess very rarely you ever get more than what's like in the ammo for the magnum.
No, I don't think you can. I think you would have to like make a concerted effort to not use it and go through like a couple of levels and find another one. I don't think this game ever gives you more
It's just
than
a
the
rare
6
gun
shots.
that you get, and it's like, okay, well, for 6 shots, whatever I fire is probably gonna die.
I could be mistaken, but I'm not. I don't think so.
Silvering.
It's even got it's got S on it for silver,
Ooh.
or maybe that's a snake. I don't know. I'm a snake.
Every time you get near an explosive barrel, I get nervous.
I'll remove the nervous energy.
Well, it's just I can't think of how many times I've been in a game and it's like I go into cover and then there's a barrel right beside
Right next
me,
to you,
and I'm like,
yeah.
oh god, no.
Dude, I remember the very first time I played Modern Warfare, the original, right?
Uh-huh.
I'd played shooters before, but not a ton. And like I think I understood that, you know, hey, red barrels, you shoot them, they blow up. Like I
Yes.
got that, but I don't think I consciously interacted with the mechanic until the garage at the end of the second to last level of the original Modern Warfare. You remember what I mean, right? After you go into the control room, you go back up through an elevator, and then you
Yes.
let out into a little garage that's the setup for the final stage. I was in that stage, and I blew up, and I went, what happened? And I got the tool prompt of, warning, red barrels can catch on fire and explode. And I was like in I was like the last room of the game, and I don't think I'd ever realized there were red barrels in the game.
This was a big mistake.
No kidding. You know, I should have turned before the bridge.
That's very funny.
Oh, come here a minute. I want to show you something.
That thing still works?
Uh-huh. Check this out. Okay, see this building in the harbor? That's where all the boats coming into the colony would have unloaded their cargo. So if the El Dorado treasure came to this island, it would have had to have come through here.
Wait a minute, what? What was that?
What?
Rewind it.
Yeah?
Wait, stop.
Uh-huh.
Right there. That's our ticket out of here. Come on.
Our ticket out of here? Are you giving up?
Maybe you hadn't noticed, but we're kind of outnumbered.
We're doing fine so far. I don't know.
Elena, I don't need your bullet-riddled corpse on my conscience. Let's go.
Oh, please. You quit if you want to, but don't use me as an excuse.
Fine. It's me, okay? I am quitting. Are you coming or not?
So that's it. You're just gonna forget about the treasure and forget about Drake?
God damn it, this is not worth dying over.
Okay. Okay. Listen, either way, we have to head back to the harbor. Don't worry about it. We can argue about it later. It'll be great.
Wait. This time, I drive.
Okay.
I do like the argument is going, and then he's like, this isn't worth dying for, and she's like, yeah, okay.
No, because it's also, that's an aspect of the kind of the everyman characterization, if you will. Which I will say, Nate gets characterized a little bit differently in the later games compared to this one in some aspects. I mean, in many ways, it's not that big of a change, but like there's just certain things we'll talk about later on, perhaps with the later games. But like, it is an interesting aspect of dude in t-shirt and jeans with gun who's looking for stuff, right? Like, you know, normal video game character would be like, I have to get the El Dorado. I have to get the El Dorado.
I gotta get
treasure.
the treasure. It's part of my destiny.
And not even that, but it just
my
like
ancestors
not
are
e-
smiling on me, Imperial.
Not even that aspect, but just like the hundreds of people they're gonna have to kill and the
Yeah.
bullets they're gonna have to endure like wouldn't be a factor in their decision making. You know what I
Exactly,
mean? But with this character, he's like,
Hey, let's get the hell out.
get the hell out of here, because they flew here thinking they were gonna be unmolested, and then they got
Yeah.
shot down with ack fire.
Exactly, because that's the main thing. It was like this is anti-air gun fire, and it's like, oh god.
Excuse me. But anyway, what I was saying before is like, you know, we've gone through that pretty lengthy sequence of just shooting gallery stuff. At this point, and it's been pretty straightforward of like, we landed and now it's just like wander through level, try to find Elena, shoot bad guy, right?
Yeah.
At this point, number one, the rhythm of the game and the feeling of it changes up a little bit because we have a party companion who we're hanging out with and talking to,
Yep.
which is going to help it a little bit. But also, I'm just going to say relatively soon, the story does, because it's so far, it's like, oh, we go find the treasure. We dug this thing up, attempted backstabs and betrayals with Elena to show that our characters are not necessarily all, you know, stand-up goody friends and whatnot.
Yeah, and even at the beginning, before he betrayed her, she's like, I don't trust these guys. We gotta get this now.
Yeah. It's like, so you get all that kind of stuff, but it's like, in terms of the plotting, it's like, we found clue, we went to location of clue, complications arose, we found new clues, new weirdo things we don't fully understand, villains introduced, mentor character dies.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward stuff, right? That's not mentor character in this instance, but you know what I mean.
Exactly.
Just the older dude dies. But then, and then, okay, we land on island, and now we're fighting our way through for survival, right? And it just in terms of like what I mean is that the plotting is relatively straightforward. You know what I mean? It does. There's a bit of the game does have some mix-ups as it goes on, though. Like I was talking about earlier, there's a bit of a mystery
How does a
going
whole
on, you know?
colony just drop out of history?
How does a whole colony just drop out of history? Elena asks. So yeah,
I mean,
we
that's
got.
that's what was on my mind seeing this place. It's like, This was not a small area.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So why don't we know about it?
Oh my god.
All right, so now begins the Sea-Doo level.
Oh boy.
As you can see, Elena has a grenade launcher that she does
infinite
not
ammo and
does
doesn't
not
have to
need to reload ever. Pretty awesome. Also, I just want to for those who aren't that familiar with guns, as I understand it, I can't claim to have fired a grenade launcher. Grenade launchers, as I understand it, huh?
So they don't go straight like that.
Well, not that they don't go straight. As I understand it, they don't actually have that much kick. With a grenade launcher, you're not firing a bullet at the speed of sound. You're launching a projectile that actually moves relatively slowly.
However, she is one-handing this heavy object.
And not that I want to be here criticizing the realism of this video game or whatever. It's merely an observation, and I could be wrong. Like I said, I've never fired one of those things. I'm under the impression that they don't actually have that much of a kick to them, really. But anyway, so here's a couple of important things to discuss while we're here in a safe area. This thing it controls abysmally. This is the turning rate when I'm stationary. He's looking around.
Good.
What's going on? How could this place have dropped out of history is what he's thinking to himself. Anyway, your acceleration is you hold down, it's not on the triggers where you would think it would be, like kind of adaptive, you can push it a little bit down.
No, it's the bumper, so you're going full blast or not.
And you can't aim while moving. If you want to aim, you gotta stop moving, but you still drift a little bit, right?
Which doesn't make any sense because you're not the one firing, she is.
And also, you may notice that, these barrels are around. If I tap one of these barrels, I will die.
Okay.
If I touch the barrels with my Sea-Doo, they will blow up, and I will die instantaneously. This is a level that is clearly, they had a proof of concept of, we wanted to have, a concept of we want to have, this is where we get to start talking about things Naughty Dog wanted to do with this game.
This is a very fun sequence for speedrunners.
Oh yeah, one of the trophies in this game. Well, we'll get to that later.
Oh no.
There is a you can feel. Like you can feel we wanted to have a bit where you drove around on a Sea-Doo and had a lot of fun and you explored this sunken place and maybe you got off and had little adventures at different locations throughout it. Like you can feel that energy coming off of this level, and instead it's just this weird claustrophobic sequence of streets, of flooded streets, and a Sea-Doo that cannot turn. And I'm sure you're noticing this camera is not really doing us any favors here.
No, it's not. I can't believe that didn't kill you. Also, it's weird that these barrels are clustered to each other. Their explosive radius is so small. I've noticed that throughout the entire game, but the explosions are very tiny.
So it's hard to explain what's going on, but when you turn, the camera wants to default to not necessarily look where you're, I can't, obviously, you guys don't know what's me pressing the, so I guess here's a good example. I'm gonna not control the camera at all for the next few seconds here, okay? I'm gonna not touch the camera at all for what I'm doing right now. And these weird default positions where it's not showing it what's in front of you, if I try to turn the camera to see where I'm going and I let go of the stick, it will stop. It will default me back to that weirdo position instantly. It always snaps back to where it wants to be. So it does I guess it's not shoulder swapping, but it'll swap the perspective that it wants to display this action from pretty frequently. It's kinda weird. But anyway, and then you can see I start to accelerate so it pulls back, but I stop so it zooms back in, and I aim so it zooms way in. It's a mess. All right.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like this,
You ready for a sick jump?
But hey, we're in open areas now.
And now it's slowed us down by default.
Oh god.
You know, I read a story once about a cursed Inca treasure. You don't suppose
What's going on over here?
Please don't
It's all
tell
blown
me
open.
that stuff.
I'm just saying. Something bad happened here. The whole colony doesn't just up and vanish.
Yeah.
Well, how do you explain it?
I choose not to answer that
Rabies.
question. What did you say?
Rabies.
Rabies. Really bad case of rabies. Everybody had to leave. They never spoke of it. They were all really embarrassed. When Francis Drake showed up, I'm like, what happened here? What's going on? They didn't want to give the British the satisfaction of rabies, so they just never talked about it and let it disappear from history.
Looks like that cable would get us up there.
What?
Go check it out.
Elena, what?
Keep an eye on our ride.
See if you can figure a way to get us to that tower.
Okay.
So we do have some more video game here.
Sure
They
do.
haven't bothered to check this door and find out that it's locked yet. So our logic is we gotta get to
have
that
a-
tower and use this zip line to get inside.
We
But
got
anyway.
a grenade launcher with infinite ammo.
Infinite ammo. Oh no, I screwed it up, darn. There's a whole chain of barrels there, and if you get guys to run forward at you, there's like 10 of them run towards you, or maybe not 10, but there's a bunch of them that run towards you. You can get them all with that long string of barrels.
Oh, baby.
With just one bullet, but now I screwed it up because I accidentally hit the barrel too soon.
Shame.
Shame.
Oh, no.
I will say, you may have noticed that there is actually some indication
God.
of what types of people are carrying what weapons. For example, that grenade launcher guy is always wearing red.
Yep.
He always has the red and the beige hat. Now, I'm not saying it's exactly like Halo levels of enemy design and clarity. It's pretty simple. A guy in one type of t-shirt versus a guy in another type of t-shirt. But it gets the job done for the type of game that we're playing.
And
Where
hey,
at least
that's all
they're
you can
readable.
really ask for.
Yeah, it's readable at least for the most part. Anything else, it's like relatively interchangeable. Now, where there is a guy with a grenade launcher who is dead, there is a grenade launcher on the ground that can be mine.
Somewhere. Is that it?
Right here.
Surely not.
I was just finishing off those guys first because there's gonna be more who I will go down and meet now in the field on the field of battle.
Was that one of the big boys or not?
The first one that I got, that's another big boy. He's gone now. There you go. Goodbye.
Yeah, the explosive radius on everything explosive in this game seems pretty muted. Like, it's pretty small.
I would definitely say that there's... Okay, so look, I could have picked up that West at the beginning of the level and not used it, and then maybe I could have gotten more ammo here.
Yeah.
But, like, you would have had to, like, plan. There's usually a bit of space between those guns, and I personally just would rather have a gun that I can just shoot and not have to worry about it. And swap around. Like you were talking about earlier about, with explosive weapons, it's usually, unless you're going to be defending a position, you don't want to walk forward through a level with a thing that only has 3 shots in it.
Frog.
More frogs.
Yeah, but despite my
Frogs.
Modern Warfare 2 online days, I don't really like explosives in video games too much. Like, I usually kind of abandon it because it's always treated as something that's very finite and very generally rare in combat, and so
Yeah.
it's like, use it when it's important, and it's like, okay, or I could just spec into something else.
Yeah, just use another thing that I can use more often instead of this thing that I can only use once in a blue moon, and then I can never touch it again because it's gone now.
To bring up Borderlands again, there's a special currency in that game that lets you expand how much ammo you can hold with every weapon type in the game. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I got on my character, I'm like, okay, what did I have on this character that I haven't played in a few months? And it's like, every one of them is like third to maxed out. Like, they're only like 3 away from maxing out. And then sniper rifles and explosive launchers I haven't bought any for yet. I don't like snipers in the Borderlands series. And rockets in 3 are fun, but we don't talk about 3. How does this work?
How does what work?
You're going to a mechanism.
That's correct.
Where? What is this gonna do?
What do you mean, Joey?
What is it gonna do?
It's gonna help me get to the tower with the zip line on it.
Oh my god, you have to... Oh. Hey. That was convenient.
To the tower. See, Joey?
I think that would hurt.
He's turning into Solid Snake. He's just not answering questions. His female companion is asking him legit questions and he's just not answering them. Snake, it's me, Meryl. Are you okay? Snake,
no,
what's your
he's
favorite
gone-
color? Do you have any hobbies? Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
I was gonna say, oh no, he's gone brain dead.
Okay, well, okay.
He's been in the
that
water
one
too
blew up,
long.
and it blew that one up, but it didn't
Not
blow
that
this
one.
one up. But like, I mean, look at all the there's a lot of environmental detail going on here. We really feel like this was probably meant to be like, I can imagine at some point in the development process they might have
there you go.
imagined this as like an open world environment you were supposed to explore and do archaeology. But no. So like I started to bring up earlier Retro Replay, Troy Baker and Nolan North playing through this game.
Yeah.
And and they had Amy Hennig on in the last episode, and it's like basically in the last episode, it's just basically the end credits and going through concept art. Like they don't actually play much of the game in the last episode, so it's really just like an hour-long interview with Amy Hennig about the game, and they bring up this level, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry."
I mean, nobody works on a level like this and pats themselves on the back afterwards.
It's like, you wanted to make it work and it just didn't quite come together. But we're gonna talk about, there's other bits in this where you can kind of tell, where's the guy? I'm gonna die in this spot.
Yeah, I heard a ooh, ah
There's a
noise.
reverse on this, but it's quite slow. It's duty.
But you got them all.
Wait, did I do it on accident?
Yeah,
What?
you killed them.
No. There's like a puzzle that I accidentally solved.
Wait, what?
There's these big rocks up here that are counterweights for a gate, and I guess I accidentally shot them, and then the gate fell down.
All right,
Oops,
good
anyway.
job. That's the mark of a true
To
gamer.
that tower. I'll meet you back at the customs.
Okay, I guess we're closer to the tower now, Joey.
No, that's what happened in, oh Lord above, forgive me for bringing up the game Genshin Impact.
Oh no.
But
the spyware.
the Chinese spyware game on my PS4. But there was an area, because that game's got a lot of like little minor puzzles to get chests and unlock different like little rooms and such.
You mean like a game like Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
God, dude, what happened there? Did you see that?
Yeah,
I rolled and he thought he would go to cover here, then he went to cover over here, and there was no cover over here.
But
That was
no,
great.
in my world on there was a little like puzzle of like there are 6 things, and I ended up just randomly lighting them first attempt, and I got it knocked out. I was like, okay, cool. And then my friend was on, and he was like, oh man, dude, do you have any idea about this puzzle? He's like, I haven't been able to figure it out yet. And I'm like, what puzzle? And he showed me that. I was like, as a puzzle?
That's a puzzle?
I was like, I just did it.
Joey the gamer master.
Gaming god.
Dude, people were like, I can't believe that Joey beat Demnix on his first try in Kingdom Hearts 2 on critical. And it's like, he's just good at video games, you guys.
Was that the water dude?
Yeah, that's the water dude.
Yeah,
You
that
say with
fight
the
wasn't
sitar.
hard.
That fight wasn't hard. That's the fight that's a wall for everybody back
Is
in the
it
day.
really?
Yeah, because it's the first fight that actually has mechanics.
Oh.
Oh no, somebody threw a grenade at me in the water.
That boy had all the time in the world to shoot you.
So this is not great encounter design
No, it
here.
isn't.
Where you can't shoot people through those vines because you got no visibility, and they can shoot you while you're
Oh my
swimming to
god,
them.
there's a ton of people.
Well, here, we'll try and ease our troubles a little bit here. Now, if you can go away. So I guess I didn't kill him. I guess I didn't kill that first guy as good as I thought that I did. And there's a little bit of this wall left, so I'm gonna sit here, and that guy's gonna kill me. Dead.
No, I was about to say, back into the water till he swallows all.
I didn't have any AK ammo left, so I can't shoot the. Okay, I guess I'll pick up a normal pistol and I'll kill some of these guys from range, and then I'll go back for my Uzi. Because you really need to thin the numbers from over here, where you have no cover and all these weird vines obscuring your
I'm
view.
gonna say, I bet speedrunners have like they got like they aim up and throw grenades over the building. It's like, okay, if I aim here, it's gonna kill this guy.
Probably. Oh, I think I saw a guy just roll. I think I saw a guy dodge roll into cover, I think. Anybody else want to come fight me? No?
I guess you're safe to go, right?
Guess I'm safe to go. No, I mean, you're never safe to go. They never all expose themselves. I'm half convinced that most of them aren't spawned until you're in the water. Here, I'm just gonna go ahead and...
Uh-oh. That's a mistake.
It worked. It worked!
He didn't die, though.
Ah, darn. I showed him what for, though. He's gonna remember that. This crazy white guy ran through a hailstorm of bullets and just started punching me.
He's dead now, but great
It
guy.
was really... That guy didn't die! The kid's got a Game Gear! No, Drake, that was not what you're supposed to do! Free me from this encounter design, Naughty Dog. No!
Yikes.
Okay, if only I hadn't wasted all that AK ammo. I guess I'm gonna pick up the shot. I really thought the shotgun would be bad. The shotgun's despawned because I didn't kill the enemies on this life.
Well,
Okay, we're just gonna have to...
okay, can you, like, just get lucky and sprint through the water and just go left and get in that corner over there?
Let's give it a shot.
Don't mind me, fellas.
Yeah! Yeah!
Oof. Couldn't do that on crushing.
Nope.
Or brutal or whatever it is.
Definitely
Either,
not on
really.
brutal. Wouldn't even be able to do that on hard. Oh, I forgot that the blind fire when you're dangling over the ledge in this game doesn't tilt. It just goes straight forward.
Punch, punch.
Boom! There we go. So that's the that kind of Superman punch that he does is one of the you've already damaged them and you get up in his face punches.
Oh,
No!
The wall, hug it.
No! See, this is why we're not playing on hard, because we wouldn't be able to do goofy stuff like this. And I knew there would still be some encounters that gave me trouble.
But hey, that
That was only that one guy left. We almost got there. If this was a good game with punch lasers, I could stand up on that cover, and then that would give me a...
Oh my god!
You've got to be shitting me!
Another grenade.
Boy, okay, Joey, I've decided your plan, I don't like your plan, it sucks.
Well-
That guy's, okay, I thought he was dead. He was like falling, like I thought he was already ragdolling, and then I saw blood come out of him. I've decided I don't like your plan, it sucks.
You're just not good enough to execute my plans. My plans are flawless.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna get out of that. I guess I'm gonna take the pistol this time, because I already spent a lot of the Uzi ammo.
Yeah.
Okay, can we just kill like, oh, there's an Uzi. I'm gonna kill like 1 or 2 guys before you blow up this cover, please, okay?
Kill that dude up top. Uh-oh.
Can I do it? I can't do it in this game. So in the later games, if I had done melee from that cover above him like I just was, he would have delivered a 1-hit kill kick. Where he would have just kicked the guy right in the head and broken his neck, basically.
That's cool.
He would do an upward kick into his head and kill him, but I can't. There's no such contextual melee in this game. They're too focused on their brutal combos and their normal combo, which is hit square 5 times.
Where you do little baby jabs.
All right, there we go.
You did it.
Did it. See, guys, I told
That's
you.
the power of a real gamer.
I told you I was gonna suck and normal was gonna be fine. Normal was still gonna be entertaining. I knew it. When have I ever lied to the people except constantly?
Except all the time in every playthrough. When we get in that KH2 plat.
Oh, shut the up. Maybe someday. Maybe I'll stream platting that game. I mean, I had every intent of doing that, but then it was like, well, Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna come out.
Yeah.
It was like, if we don't start Birth by Sleep now, we're never gonna finish. That was not like a, oh, never mind, I chickened out. It was like a, why would I spend the time on this?
We had a time crunch, and boy, like we barely got that franchise done before 3.
We didn't. We finished 0.2
right.
a day after 3 had come out.
Well, we barely got it done in time to film properly, I guess I should say.
All right, this next encounter is a bit odd because if you die, you start up here, and I believe enemies will actually start coming towards you while you're standing up here. But the first time you start it, you have to drop down to initiate the encounter.
Weird.
He's over there!
This place is very densely populated.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of pirates here. Eddie's complaining about his men dying, but he seems to have about 1,000 of them. Okay, well, you know what? There you go. Go away.
I saw what you were trying to do, and I appreciate it, but it is what it is, you know?
I didn't press the Battlefront 2 button that time. You know, I'm learning. I'm getting better at the video game.
Well, all it means is next time you play Battlefront 2...
Precisely, of course. I guess I have no ammo in it. Well, no, there's an AK right here.
And it's actually going to matter, because that game has multiplayer, and people are watching. That's a lot of people. Is that a grenade launcher back there?
It was, because the guy that was trying to blow me up before?
Ah.
Who almost, remember there was that missile flying right past my head? But it's pretty exposed up there. So I need to thin these numbers out a little bit first.
Correct.
See, and he sticks right into the next cover instead. The later games are better about this, where you can transition between covers, but it's usually a hold, or it's just like press O after you roll back over there. Just the animations just get so much smoother. There you are.
I heard the grenade ticking, but I didn't see an indication.
It was down below me. It was well out of range of mattering to me. Okay, there we go. Now, I believe when I kill this last guy, it's gonna have some more guys come out of the temple, or the tower, but that's okay, because they will all be coming out in a nice little funnel, with which I will
I
remove
don't know
them
how
from the
that
equation.
one survived right there.
There you go.
That was a cool move. You did something cool before you ate it.
That's what matters in life, man.
I didn't do anything cool when I ate it walking up the stairs the other day, like I was telling you about.
It's okay to eat it as long as you looked cool immediately before you did so. It's allowed. Golden fish charm. Need more fish. There we go.
More
Got
fish.
one. All right. Okie dokie. That was fun.
Now you just need a little bumper sticker for your car that says "Got Jesus" like in the Got Milk font. I think that'd be really cool if we had that in this game.
If that was one of the unlockable costumes for Drake, if he had a T-shirt of that on the back.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Wow, he really is down for that.
I'm decent with the brutal combos now, boys and girls. I didn't really know how to do it my first time through because like I was pressing square and then mashing triangle and then mashing square and it wasn't working. You have to like literally you have to wait for the animations to conclude and press it once for it to work.
I see.
Oops.
Well, you did it.
I could have gone a little bit higher there, but that's okay. So I guess this is the tower with the zip line.
For some reason.
Which way do I want to go? Do I go this way first or the other way first? I think I go this way first. Yeah, I get on this chain.
The illusion of choice.
And I go up high on the chain, and then I make this jump. See what I mean?
Oh, that was great.
And then I move the chain over there, and then even though that chain didn't get farther away from me, it just moved to a different position. I can't jump to it from here. I gotta jump back over here and go back around the outer perimeter of the tower.
He just wants to flex. Wow.
Okay, there was a staircase here once. Okay.
Once upon a time.
Well, what was the chain for then?
Well.
Well, it's okay.
At least you're back here. It could be worse.
It could certainly have been worse. If I had dropped before getting to here, I think it would have started me at the bottom, and I would have had to kill the two guys in those 2 rooms again.
Oh dear. What were they doing in here?
When they heard me kill those other guys with the grenade launchers, they were like, maybe he won't notice me. But I've played the game, and I knew where they were.
Oof. You're making me nervous.
Yeah. Come on. Here we go. Yeah. That was a great jump, Drake. That was magic. He like levitated during that jump. There's a nice little thing. Look at that. Look. See that shadow?
Oh.
There's an enemy above me. Really cool. I'm gonna hide behind this cover. That probably won't work very well for me, but that's okay. There we go. But it's like that bit earlier where there was the gate got knocked open behind us, remember? And you had the audio cue of, there's somebody in the room, and there you have that little shadow to tell you there's an enemy somewhere. There's a lot of just little neat touches. They're not always perfectly executed, but there's a lot of cool little, shall we say, there's a lot of stuff that is well done, and I don't want to be too complimentary towards things that don't necessarily work, but there's a lot of really cool intent on display in this game at times.
Oh, okay.
He's using his gun, he's not using his hands, don't worry. Oh, Elena is locked outside, and we have to shoot this lock off to help her get inside. But I think we should probably scout ahead, right, and make sure the place is safe before we let Elena in. Should I head this direction?
Nate! Elena!
Was that the Minecraft? Ooh, no, what's the game that goes? Ooh, it's not Minecraft.
Roblox.
Roblox. She made the Minecraft ooh, and then the Roblox ooh sound. Anyway.
Are there even gonna be enemies out there?
Nope. A jeweled brooch. Very nice.
Stand back!
Oh, no.
That's no good. That's okay. We're at the end of an episode anyway.
Let's find a way to the harbor and hope the boat's still there.
All right, let's make our way to the harbor and find the boat still there. Customs house. Great. Chapter 10. Hold on a second. I want to go check on our Sea-Doo, though.
You get near it and it just explodes.
Oh my god. Elena!
What? What? Why?
Realistically, it's because the entire level over here, like you could wander back off into this whole other section.
God.
So they want to stop you from going and running back through all of that, or getting on the Sea-Doo and driving off. Like we could go all the way back to the tower on the Sea-Doo. All of it still technically exists. So they. But no, I'm not saying it isn't nonsense. But remember, I said there was like certain ones I knew I would forget some of them, but that was one that I knew I would not forget.